that shit up for us or what, bro? Yeah, let's get it. Ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm on dangerous, homie.
Welcome back to Sparkthattalk. It's your boy Jones.
And your boy Deanie, a.k.a. J Lotta. Yeah.
Yes, sir. We back in the building. Sparkthattalk episode 5.
Yes, sir.
It's a somber time right now, as we all know, or if you haven't, I know you've heard it by now. That legendary street entrepreneur, motivator, hustler, family man, homie, friend, father figure, street figure, Nipsey Hussle had passed away on Sunday, March 31st. I don't even know where to begin with this one, man. It's when I saw the news, I really couldn't believe it, because when I first heard about it, it just said that 3 people were shot and that Nipsey was one of the people, but it didn't say anything about anyone being dead. So when I just saw the fact that he had got shot, knowing that they say it was in front of his store, that shit kind of shook me up, because I was like, Nipsey Hussle, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't register correctly. So I was just praying from the gate that, okay, he got shot, he gonna make it through. And then no later than like 30 minutes later, it was already confirmed that he had passed away, and the other 2 were in critical condition. Shit fucked me up. I ain't gonna lie. It set me back a little bit. Was starting to get phone calls from homies and friends and family, hitting me up, asking me, did I hear about this shit? And it was just hard to talk about in the moment, because that's one dude right there. I could say a lot of people, especially from LA and even across the United States, even the world, really fucked with on a major level just because of his message. He was always preaching entrepreneurship, ownership, assets, liabilities, just things that you wouldn't think that a hood nigga would really be talking about or even be thinking about. You know, things that was to move the needle forward for his community, for his family, for his people. That's pretty much all his music was talking about. We all know that he was banging and doing this thing, but he had a different mission for his hood, and that's what he did. At the end of the day, he bought that corner. He bought all the shops there, employed people, brought businesses to his community, doing what you would expect, how we always say, oh, if you make it, come back to the hood and get back. That's exactly what this man did. He was actually involved in his neighborhood. He was involved in his city to the point where he was connected with even the city officials, trying to start these programs, like anti-gang programs for the kids in the community. Like, he was that in-depth to where he had a meeting coming up damn near that Monday with LAPD, with the captain, I believe, and with some Rock Nation members. And that was supposed to be the conversation, because supposedly he was the one that initiated this meeting. He wanted to have this conversation about the gang violence, anti-gang programs for the kids, and for the LAPD to even entertain that shows you his power within the community. Because a lot of people don't get to touch these type of people to have these conversations, and for the fact that this man's life was taken by some senseless bullshit, it's mind-boggling to me, bro. I really send my love out to that nigga and his family, dog. That nigga was me, the homies. I mean, we grew up listening to this fool, man. We ain't too far in age, but he was speaking some truths and had stories that we could all relate to, coming from where we come from. And it's just a sad story, dog.
Yeah, bro. I feel you. I feel where you're coming from. Just like what Dave East said. You know, he said we were too young to see and know and feel about Tupac and Biggie.
Exactly.
But because our era is the Nipsey era, and because he's from the neighborhood, and because we listen to him, and we're from LA, and we all listen to his music, and we feel and we feed off of the positive energy vibes that he gives out. It does hit, and it hits hard. And until this day, you still see people mourning off the loss. And
oh, for sure, man. Shit, I had to take a day off of work, man, just to process. Like, it fucked me up so much that even the other day when I walked out the house just to go to my car, I was like a low key on edge for some reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, just people don't talk about this shit, but seeing this type of shit on the internet could fuck you up and you don't even know it. I'm not going to shed no light on the person who did this, and I'm not even going to mention his name on this podcast because I'm not going to support suckers.
He don't deserve it.
So I'm not going to mention that nigga's name on this podcast. But to have saw that shit and it being an iconic type of nigga like him and actually somebody that a lot of niggas looked up to, man. I mean, a lot of niggas coming from broken homes, and we tend to latch on to certain things that we can relate to and try to motivate us because we're not really getting that in our homes and shit like that. So he was one of them dudes that you could attach to. He was way more than just from Rolling 60s. He was way more than that, bro. He was way more than that, dog. And I shed my tears already. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people did. I saw a lot of people went down to the store to support him for the vigil. Much respect to all of y'all who went down there. I know he would appreciate that and his family as well, man. I don't know, bro.
I do. I know this. Like, it takes some type of loony, right? It takes some type of loony to take someone else's life. It don't even matter if it's race or whatnot. You some type of person that cannot be associated and shouldn't be living here on earth if you're willing to take someone's life. And I'm not talking about if you're on duty, police, military. I'm talking about some phony dude who'll just come up and shoot somebody.
And the fact that it was somebody that he knew.
Yeah, man.
That's the coldest part about this whole fucking story.
Just gotta watch the company you keep.
Like, from the footage, it was just too much for me to watch, man, because the way the shit went down, Nipsey and even the people he was around, you could tell by their body language that this was a nigga that they knew, and it was just, I don't know what was going to transpire, but you know how if you see somebody walking up that you're not thinking a nigga about to come do that type of shit. You know what I mean? Even if you did have a confrontation with him, you're not thinking a nigga gonna pull up and really wild out like that, because you could tell just by seeing that they knew this nigga, and it was just like regular. I saw nobody get like on their toes or nothing. It was more like, oh yeah, there's that nigga, but it wasn't like, damn, this nigga about to come do me. And that's the sickest part about this shit, man. Like, this man was actually in his community. He was out here. He was touchable. Like, you see this man, you want to take a picture, he'll do that for you. He out here in the hood still, even though he could have easily put his store out on Rodeo Drive or something like that. His store, what I hear is that it's so much technology going on in the store where you could like scan pictures and shit, and it'll start playing songs for you. Like, even unreleased shit. You know what I mean?
Like 10 days before.
Like, it's almost like a real life boutique, and he put it in his hood to get back to his community. Like, that's a question I want to raise. Like, should celebrities of a status who are trying to get back to the community, should they be touchable or should they do this shit from a distance?
It's kind of hard to say, bro. Like, for me, I just think you live by the gun, you die by the gun. You feel me? And I'm not faulting nobody. You can't fault Nipsey. It's the way he grew up. You grow up in the hood. This goes back to all our podcasts that we were talking about, right? It's what you know and what you learn, and that's what you
Right.
do.
This was his environment. I mean,
Yes.
he made
But-
this clear all the time
but-
that he knows his environment, he knows his section, but
Yes.
at the same time, he's trying to show niggas a different route, which he did completely. He accomplished that, bro.
Yes, once he got older, you feel me?
Correct.
Once he got older and he learned and matured.
Correct, but that's
there's
how
still-
that's how it's supposed to be.
but
You're
you
supposed
still-
to live and
exactly.
learn.
But
If
there's
you
a lot
don't,
of
then
dudes,
something's wrong.
But there's a lot of dudes that don't because they still stuck in the hood. That
It's
dude,
oh for sure.
dude
Oh
who
for
off
sure.
them had no money. Dude off them just had gang ties. That's all he had. You know what I mean? But all I got to say is those who's listening to Spark That Talk, this podcast, the reason why it touches Jones so much, I believe, is because this podcast was really made for those in the neighborhood, those in the community, Long Beach, Compton, everybody in the South Bay, people who feel it, and that aren't aware of things, whether not aware of college things, not aware of street things, on how to come up out of the street things, that there's other ways. But we do believe that it is for everyone, but a special place in our heart for those who come from the street, because we want to kind of shed light on things like this. But tragic things that happen like this just makes it hard for people to even want to move on and trust whoever they are surrounded with. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's fucked up, but you know, you hear it all the time in these rap songs. It'd be like the nigga that you was smoking with or chilling would be the nigga that get you, and it's like it doesn't even make any sense. You hear Boozy talk about it all the time. Like that's why he had to move out of his city, because he's like, it's the niggas in your own city that you love and support or will be the ones to take you out.
And that's why I feel like starting out at a young age. I mean, I know we got young dudes listening to us too, so start at this age.
Yes, because Nip was not preaching for you young niggas to start banging.
No.
That wasn't his mission.
Yeah.
His mission was to show you, be a businessman, be an entrepreneur, get out here, take care of your families, think about the long game. That's what he set his family up financially. But the thing that breaks my heart is that he's not going to be able to actually have conversations with his kids to give them the knowledge from his own mouth. You know what I mean? All the knowledge he had in his mind, in his brain, he's not going to be able to have those conversations with his kids now to enlighten them. Of course, they could go back and listen to his interviews, his music, hear the stories from their mom and all his relatives, but that's not going to be the same like you sitting right there with your pops or your mom, whatever, who it be, who could actually spit you some real game.
Yeah, but
Like it's just a fucked up situation, man. I don't know, man. It's fucked up. The community alone, bro. This shit, I feel like it set niggas back. It set niggas back 10 steps once again. You know what I mean?
I don't know if it's set back, because for me it wasn't a setback. It's tragic.
I'm not
what
talking
happened.
about for niggas like us. I'm talking about for the niggas who was just on the cuff of trying to do something different because of a nigga like him,
So
especially in his own circle. It's like you pray that
yeah, in his circle,
his people are going to be able to carry this on, which I know they will, because he got his brother and all that. They all business partners, and they all his niggas who should know how to keep shit flowing. I mean, he started this shit with his brother, so I know they ain't going to let this shit die no time soon or even ever, my nigga.
All I'm saying is, it's a tragedy what happened to a good man, but let us all take into consideration as this being a prime example, or us for us to learn from. Like, yo, be careful and be aware of the company you keep. Choose your friends wisely.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
because you never know what could happen in the long run.
The backstory, what I
make it.
hear is the only reason Nip was there without any protection or bodyguards, those people that was around him at that time was one of his homies that just got out of jail,
Yeah,
out
he
of
was just
prison,
getting him clothes
and he was trying to get him some clothes, hook him up with a job. So he just pulled up real quick to, give back like he does. And end up having to come into an encounter with a buster ass nigga.
And that's why we say we don't want to keep touching based on this, for the whole podcast. But
yeah,
we want to let you guys know. Bro. We just want to let you guys know. Be
Nip,
safe out there.
I'm gonna tell you this, big dog.
Be
I
safe
appreciate
out there.
all the music you put out, all the interviews. Just the small things you talk about is enough to trigger some shit in a nigga like me. just the hustle mentality, bro. I got that. I know I got. I've been had that shit since I was 16, really 15, my nigga, and shit not gonna stop because when you look around you, your environment, bro, you gotta create. Like we doing with Spark That Talk, we creating content to get back to the people. We bringing information and shit like that to spark conversation about shit that matter, get everybody's minds triggered on different things besides the shenanigans. You know, we go and that's the mission of this. But we all also have things going on outside of Spark That Talk to try to better our families and do good things, man. And it's just a sad loss, bro. I'm gonna be banging your music for life, bro. I know everybody in LA gonna be doing the same all over the world. So all y'all make sure y'all send y'all prayers up to Nip, to his family. And we're gonna continue to support you over here at Spark That Talk. Sad times right now, but we gotta keep our heads up and keep the marathon going for him. Like you said, the marathon continues. That shit ain't gonna stop, big dog. Your legacy will live on. You basically my Tupac, my nigga. And we gonna bang you forever, bro. And that's on me. So, where do we go from here, bro? You know what I mean?
I feel like, it's a, like I said, it's
like, where do we go from here, bro?
Bro, you got to keep moving forward. That's where we keep going. See, if you let this be as a step back for you and for many days to come, that's not the message that Nipsey is trying to portray to anybody. Whether it be somebody who died that is famous or not, their message is not because once I die, don't feel bad for too long because life keeps going, time keeps going. You can't stop. You feel me?
For sure.
You still got a family you got to take care of.
I mean, we've all lost family members, and we know it's hard at the beginning, bro. But you know those people who go, they want you to keep pushing forward.
Exactly.
They wouldn't want nothing less.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So whether it be Nips, whether it be any of your family members and your friends that you just barely lost, just know that they want you to do well. They want you to do good. There are some strange people out there, some bougie people who don't want you to succeed, don't want you to reach high and grab that whatever you're trying to grab to win. There ain't nobody trying to let you win. Those people that don't want you to win, you should already know who they are.
And shout out to a company he had created called Vector 90. I had been following that for some time.
Okay.
And it's a company that he created where it's in the city where entrepreneurs can come and basically put their heads together. It's like a workspace. You can look that up, Vector 90. Nipsey was involved with that. Check that out for more information. But that's just one thing he created and all the stores he had put up. Just the good things he was doing for the community. And to see LAPD actually in mourning for a man like this shows a lot. Shows a lot. For them to know where he was from and shit like that. And to actually have some kind of feeling towards this shit. That shows you if he was able to attend that meeting, bro, who knows what came out of that, transpired, bro.
All I know is him and like everybody else who's passed that's a good man wants us to work harder, to hustle harder.
Oh, yeah.
Live for our family, do everything we can just to make it to the top. So, I mean, it's a learning experience for everybody. Tragic time, but a learning experience for everybody. Not to take a step back, but keep your eyes on the road and just move forward. You feel me?
Yes, sir. Stay focused.
Ooh, focus.
Stay focused.
I like that. So what's going on, bro?
I guess I want to shine a light on something that I heard about in Chicago about this lady named Lori Lightfoot. She is now the first black openly gay woman to be the mayor of Chicago. She just won. And I thought I'd bring that up just to shine some light on that, because now you have a woman who's touching into the LGBT community and also running the third largest city in the United States. So that's showing some progress, because even the other day was actually, just like the last episode we talked about, was equal pay day. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I think it was a day or two ago. It was actually the equal pay day. So, you know, I know it's still a lot of work to do, but shit, it was just something to bring up.
That's cool.
A little quick quote.
Like you said, it is a lot of work to do. Because you could get
put
on that platform, but it's like, what you going to do with that power?
Yeah, now we just got to wait and see, right?
And hopefully
that's what
hopefully
everything.
It's good, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully it's good. Bro, I was at work, bro, and they was playing this game, like, would you rather?
Would you rather what?
Would you rather? And then one of the dudes was saying, would you rather lose the ability to lie or believe everything you're told? Think about that.
Say that again. So the ability to forget everything you're told?
Yeah, would you rather lose the ability to lie?
Lose the ability to lie.
Or believe everything you told?
Or believe everything you're told.
What you think, bro?
That's a tough one. I mean, because everybody lie about petty shit sometimes. You know, you may not even think you're lying, but it could be the smallest shit. Like, you get a call from your wife, you take out the trash, be like, yeah, I took it out. Knowing she ain't home yet, that shit's still sitting in the kitchen, right? Yeah, but see, that's petty shit.
You won't be able to do that though. You'll like you'll say,
you'll
nah,
be like,
I didn't, babe.
You'll be like, nah, baby, this shit's still sitting in there.
Yeah, but if somebody come up to you, you know damn well you took a shower, be like, bro, you musty as a mother. You gonna believe that, bro? You feel me?
For sure, for sure.
Like, so I rather.
So it's almost like the lie one is almost like a truth serum now.
Yeah, it's like, yo,
if you can't lie, you have nothing. You can only tell the truth from here on out.
Right? It makes you a good man.
It does.
I'd rather do that than believe everything I'm told.
So what? You rather the first one instead of the second one? I'd rather the first one.
Tell the truth. Than believe everything I'm told. What if I done told you, like, yo, somebody kidnapped Jayla? You feel me? And then you're on headhunting somebody with Jayla right at home.
That ain't even nothing to play with, bro.
But think about it.
Think
about what we did.
Right.
See, so I'd rather be told. I'd rather tell the truth all the time than just believe everything I'm told.
Yeah, I mean, because you could be getting some wrong information, man, and going for the okie doke.
And then you over here.
I mean, we see,
like an idiot.
Bro, we see it all the time, my nigga. We see it all the time. Fucking, just with everything in the streets alone, like you get sold a dream, and then when you get there, you realize, damn, this shit was never what it seems.
Bro, not even on the streets, bro. Even on the news,
life, period.
The local news, you could hear something just out of pocket, bro. And you believe it.
The news. I mean, the Nipsey shit a prime example. There was so much shit going across the airwaves, and you in your mind you got 5,000 stories of what happened, but then when you see what really happened, it's like, damn. All of those conspiracy theories are out.
That's what I'm saying. I think people thinking too much of it. Listen, it's a dude who was part of his team who was not a good dude.
There's no conspiracy about this shit at all.
The reason why I'm saying this is because, yo, they find Tupac's killer?
Fuck no.
Did they find Biggie's killer?
Fuck no.
But they found this dude. Now, if the government or whoever paid this dude, right, if they say for example, they paid this dude to off Nips.
Mm-hmm.
In his mind, he's thinking, I'm safe no matter if they catch me and put me on live TV. Come on now. You don't want that, bro. You don't want that smoke.
Right.
You don't want to be put out like that for everybody to know.
Yeah, but that's what I said. That's why you had to wait to get the information.
Yeah.
And in today's world with social media, as soon as somebody with a voice says some shit,
man, it's out, bro.
The whole world
knows. It's the truth.
It's the truth in the moment.
Yes.
In the moment, but then when the shit get cleared up, they're like, damn, that shit was crazy. Had me thinking something else. And it's like, the way shit moves so fast now, we quick to believe pretty much any fucking thing on the internet. And the internet is the last place you're really trying to believe some shit. Because there could be 5 million different stories on that one topic. Right. So it's almost like, how can you trust Google? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a question for Google, or even if you ask Siri some shit, are you telling me the truth, Siri?
I feel like they are, bro.
Maybe if you ask, like, something that's, like, mathematical or location or something like that, but Siri couldn't give you an in-depth answer on some personal shit. You know what I mean?
Okay, so before
Siri can
Google,
only give me
before
too much.
before Google, before the internet, before all this, what was we doing before? How was we getting our information?
Encyclopedias.
Hell nah, we wasn't doing that. How was you getting your information as a youngin', bro? I'm trying to think back,
Nigga,
bro. Before
encyclopedias.
the computers.
We didn't have computers, fool.
Calm down, bro. No, bro.
The library.
I'm talking about like information that happened, like on the streets or something.
Oh, the news.
Yeah, like something. Would you watch the news? I wasn't watching news.
I mean, we wasn't watching the news. I mean, let's think. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. In today's generation, they get information so fast on their cell phones. Like if something happened right now while we sitting here, we could go on Instagram. You'll see 5,000 posts on the same shit.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
And it just happened. But for us, it took some time for the information to get to us.
I'm just trying to think. What did I believe and who did I listen to when people had the information?
Shit, I can't even tell you that, bro. It was only the news or at school.
Teachers talking. Like
at school, you would only hear it at school, or if your parents was in there whispering about some shit and you eavesdropping. But we wasn't getting the information like they getting information today, like with shit like this, especially like killings and shit. Or we wasn't getting that information like that. But now you could be any age and watch that video on the internet now, bro.
It's crazy.
Like that could fuck a kid up without him even knowing. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking up adults.
I think some of the stuff back then when we was living, right, before phones and all that, before we even had a phone, I think that was helpful.
What, not having phones?
Not having a phone when you were a little kid. Like you just said right now, you could just be 10 years old looking that up and finding the shooting. You could look anything up at 10 years old just as long as you know how to spell and if your mind is going crazy.
Even X-rated shit.
That's
like
what I'm saying.
It's so accessible now, it's ridiculous.
But it wasn't like that back then.
You know how it was back in the day?
You wasn't 10 years old going on the street buying some DVDs off of some hoodlum dude.
Nah, bro.
You wasn't doing all that.
You wasn't.
You was busy on your bike on a flat tire riding hills.
I just talked to the homie about that the other day. I said, you don't see kids outside no more doing nothing.
No.
I don't even know if bike sales are up right now.
I don't even know, bruh.
Because
bruh, the bike
I could not wait to get home, bro, and go outside.
Right?
I did not want to be in the house, dog. If I was in the house, I was pissed. That's because I wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
That's because you didn't have a PlayStation, bro.
You ain't lying. I didn't. At one point, I had none of that.
But to be
you know
honest,
what we had?
what?
A basketball and a rim outside.
That's all you needed, bro. I had
and
a Sega, but we wasn't even
nigga.
on that all the time, bro. We was outside.
No, I mean, even when I finally had got like a Dreamcast and shit like that, a nigga wasn't playing it 24/7. Like that wasn't the thing like that. You would actually be luckily play that motherfucker like 3-4 hours a week.
Bro, that's why I'm trying to put my kids in sports, you feel me? Because
the
generation now, bro, imagine our kids getting older. Say by the time they 6-7 years old, you already know technology going to be booming.
I mean, for sure. I mean, my baby only 3
right
years
now,
old
right?
and knows how to operate a tablet, an iPhone, all of that shit. It's like...
Take your kids out, bro. We got to start taking... Can you live without your phone for a day?
I could. You know why? Because I actually haven't even been on social media for like almost 8 years. But I just started getting on it for this shit. This is facts.
You stop lying, bro.
Bro, I'm not lying.
Bro, that just goes back to me talking about that one riddle. Would you rather tell the truth the whole time?
Bro.
Looks like you're not telling the truth. Looks like you're going to believe everything everybody say, bro.
Look, I promise you. It might not be 8 years. Let's say 7.
Dang.
I promise, bro.
Let's say 6. Let's say 5. It's going to keep dwindling.
No, fam. I promise you. I haven't been on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, none of that shit.
You know what's crazy is my lady, she complains that I'm on my phone, and I'm trying. I really am, bro. I'm trying not to go on. But what she doesn't understand, bro, it's like when I'm looking up stuff for our podcast or I'm looking at Sparkthattalk stuff on IG, people who want to buy stuff.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize.
That's what I'm doing that.
But see, that's the thing. That's why I even had a conversation with my wife. Because, you know, we're not on Facebook or nothing, bro.
Yeah. I feel
you know what I'm saying? It's, that's why I told her I gotta be on these platforms if this is the message that I'm trying to get out. If you're not on these platforms nowadays, you have no chance to even have a business or anything.
It's crazy.
Because how you going to get a hold of people? you gotta have ads and shit running on these apps, or people not gonna see it. People not buying newspapers, scrolling through them shits looking for what you got going on. True. They on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. They doing these things. Like, that's why these communities are so large, and Facebook is so successful. Instagram too, because they are a part of Facebook now, which is crazy. I think, right?
Yeah, they
Facebook is Instagram.
Yeah, but nah, they're still Facebook. But what I'm saying is, you right. But I feel like there's supposed to be a balance, because I caught myself like on my phone, right? On my phone all the time. And I leave my kids just playing in the living room. Every now and then we'll go outside and go play. But it's like, damn, back then was when we didn't have phones. We was always, my parents were always outside with me.
It was either being outside or everybody was around the TV watching something on regular cable.
Yeah.
You know
Nipsey even
said
it himself, right? Nipsey said it on himself from that Gary Vee video was, you got to adapt yourself to the world and stop getting that world to adapt to you.
Facts.
You can't. You know?
Facts.
So, but we also got to find that balance, find that zen.
True.
You know, when to use the phone, when to put it down, because you got kids or you got a kid. You know what I mean? Have time for family time.
I mean, it's even tough to do it too, because even your kids be like, I want the phone, I want to watch YouTube. Like, it's almost our fault that happened too, because
that high five, boy. It is our fault, dog. It's not almost. It's our fault, bro. It's my fault, bro, that I'm giving my kid this phone when I hear him get fussy or I hear him crying.
Right.
I'm quick to grab this phone. Like, you know how to operate YouTube, bro. Go ahead and go watch your Toy Story or whatever.
Because that's gonna be the only thing.
PJ Masks, whatever you got.
I promise you right now, go to a restaurant and you see another family in there with kids. They on their tablets or their phones.
They got something, bro.
That's the only way it's gonna be a smooth dinner. If you ain't got no technology on you, be prepared for whatever's to come.
But I feel like we can.
It's crazy, man. I'm talking about little kids with iPhones and iPads and shit.
We can change that culture, because imagine us being little and going to the restaurant one day, right? There's a bunch of kids, but we didn't have tablets or phones. How was we occupied?
We was occupied by the coloring books on the table.
You feel me? I feel like that's what we gotta bring back, yeah.
But even those can come and you be like, oh, let's do this. They'll play with it for a second, but then it'd be like, oh, no, I'm over that shit.
Yeah.
It's almost like what we started doing now with baby girl is giving her these workbooks, making her do that at least an hour or two a day now.
Bro, that's smart, bro.
You know,
that's
because
smart.
It's actually helping keep her off the phone all day. We might give her a little time, but now if we're going to do it, we just say we all going to watch the TV at the same time, or all watch the YouTube on the TV and watch a show.
That's cool.
Versus, just hear the phone. Because I told my wife, I said, this all she wants to do, and it's pissing me off sometimes when I just want us to be on something regular, and if she throws a tantrum because she ain't got the phone in her hand, I'm like, we got to find some way to wiggle our way out of this shit, because I don't want this to be all she knows, like have fucked up eyes before she even hit kindergarten, because this all she doing is watching.
So you doing this now, the workbook stuff?
Oh yeah, it's already started, bro.
It's like you got to train your child the way you want them to act and behave.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you're right, bro. It all starts with parenthood and how we do it.
Especially when we first started on being parents, when it first came, we living and learning. Just how our parents had did.
True.
We might look back and be like, damn, why was this type of shit going on? But now that we parents with young kids, we kind of already been going through phases with our kids where it's like, damn, I could tighten up on certain shit, because the only reason my child is doing this or that is solely on us, because if I'm allowing this all the time, how can I even be mad at them and try to wild out on her because she doing this shit? That's on us. Like, we've been like, oh, here's the phone because we know it's going to calm them down and we can relax now.
Yeah.
It's the fastest go-to. But, you know, we've been trying to dwindle it away a little bit, bro, even though it's there, and I know it's going to be around, especially once she starts school and shit, because that's another topic we was going to touch on is the tablets or the textbooks. So we could touch on that in a minute, bro.
Yeah.
We could touch on that after the break. I'm a bump a beat. We're gonna have a little Nipsey memorial slideshow with a beat playing in the background from my boy Daryl. Shout out to him. I'll have his information in the bio to follow him for beats and shit like that. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Enjoy this beat and this slideshow.
Yeah.
I'll get back to you in a minute.
hands still on the sword. You gon' run forever, legends never die. They get crucified, business mogul, no funeral. Still in suit and ties, saw the news, spirit left body. I got teary-eyed, mad cause I never got to meet you. I'm a selfish guy, knowing that the ones closest to you wish they control time. That's how they could run it back and hug you one more last time. Slaughtered on Slauson, you was Crenshaw's son. Deep in the colors, you was somebody's son. This felt a game with so much pain, it could blot out the sun. Why do it for the coach if the coach is gon' hurt you? You add value to your life and then they don't.
Man, you new and upcoming, but you're at this summit. What's your name? Where you from?
My name Nipsey Hussle. I'm from LA, Slauson and Crenshaw area. You know.
Okay, well, Nipsey Hussle, that's named after Nipsey Russell, the comedian.
Correct, yes.
So talk a little bit about yourself, man. What brings you up here, up and coming, and, you know, how come you're not blinging and having all kind of crazy diamonds and all that? I guess you're here to get your money right, huh?
All the time. I mean, you know, all that is cool for the image and all that, but all them is liabilities, you feel me? I'd rather invest in some real estate, you know what I'm saying? Something
Wait, can you repeat that again, man? You're up and coming artist. What did you say you want to do?
I say invest in some assets as opposed to trick off my money on some liabilities like diamonds. You know what I'm saying? Cars that lose value, people drop them off.
See that you planning gon' forever exist. Rest in peace to the West Coast legend.
So we back. What's good?
Yeah. We like to do every so often on different episodes. We like to give out free merch.
Free merch.
Free merch, and everybody likes the free.
Who don't like free stuff?
Even rich people like free stuff. So check
That's
this out.
I'll touch on that as soon as you talk on what you're about to say.
Yes, sir. So let's talk about this free merch. So we're giving out free merch, and the way we do this, it's gonna be a shirt. And the way we do this is we'll always come up with a different word, a word, and spark that talk conversation. The word we chose for today is the word radical. The reason why we chose radical was because Nipsey Hussle used it.
What's a radical, bro?
Man, just somebody that thinks out of this world and somebody is not the same. You don't like to be complacent.
Somebody that goes against the grain. Are you a radical? Answer yourself that.
Am I radical? I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but you know, there's some things I follow and some things I don't. I'm not like you. You brought this Spark That Talk thing, right? You brought this up. I never really thought about using my voice as like a platform because I know I'm good at talking. I'm not great at it, but I never thought about a podcast and put myself in there. So I can't say that like I like to put myself out there above everybody else or try to stand out. But you do, which is good. You know, you brought me on this, so I.
But not just even Spark That Talk, bro. Just different shit in life. I mean, there's no way we can all walk a line where we just following the rules.
Yeah.
Because everybody should be a radical at the end of the day because there's no way you walk in this earth and you not skeptical about certain shit or you want to try shit your way. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you're right. Let's touch on that radical. I want you to keep moving on that, but I want to let the people know that the word of the day is radical. So what we want you to do is once this episode drops on YouTube or Spotify or Spreaker or
Correct.
iTunes, we want you to follow Spark That Talk on Instagram. Follow Spark That Talk on Instagram and DM us the word of the day.
Correct. DM the word of the day. That's the only way you have an opportunity to win.
You'll be put in a raffle, and then by the next episode, we will select the winner, and then you'll get your free merch.
Correct.
It's easy enough. Just follow
Correct.
and listen to us.
It'll be a black and white shirt, but it's still a Spark That Talk, and it's free.
For real. So on that radical, bro, you making me think now, bro.
I guess just going against the grain. I think I've been like that for quite some time because there's certain shit that happens that I don't always agree with, man. It could be the simplest things. And I guess even with this podcast, we talking about certain topics that you normally wouldn't talk about with people just off the strength of just talking about it. You know what I mean? We usually so focused just on the social media content like whatever's popping on the timelines or what's trending. But half of this shit we talking about is not trending, but it's something. It's usually shit that's happening on a daily basis that we kind of look past.
And it should matter, right? It should
Oh,
matter
for sure.
And help us progress.
It should matter to some degree to everybody who listens. I don't care how old you are. This shit is affecting you even if you don't know it. Most of the stuff we've been discussing. I mean, that's the goal.
Yeah, we tried to make this whole Spark That Talk different from every other podcast by touching on things that no one else would touch on. Straying away from pop culture, trying to stay away from sports and celebrity stuff and all this and that. But if we have to implement
we
it
could easily every week just come in here and talk about the hottest topic that everybody's already talking about.
Yeah.
That go back to what we said, like with social media. That's all social media basically is. It's just whatever's popping in the moment, whatever can gain your attention in that second. That's all almost everybody's concerned about. Don't get it wrong. We be paying attention to that stuff too because it's there in our face. But what about all the other shit going on around us?
For real, all that low-key stuff.
Like the fucking potholes in the city, nigga. Tired of this shit.
I saw a meme one
that
time,
might
bro.
seem small, but damn, bro, I'm tired of coming down Artesia and shit, and I'm swerving potholes as big as me. Like, the tires on my car about $300 a piece. So if you gonna pay for the whole city, that's cool. Send me a check every month, but I'm not gonna be swerving all day avoiding these potholes.
Which is crazy because we pay tax on city property to get fixed, but the city property that's supposed to get fixed doesn't get fixed, and we get into an accident, we paying tax off that as well. You know what I mean? It's like, and I saw a meme with those potholes.
Talking about getting double taxed?
Yeah, bro. Like, everything that we paying for is getting taxed.
That's another question. Why, if I'm paying tax in the store, do I still got to pay taxes at the end of the year?
System. I don't know.
I ain't gonna talk about them boys because them boys, they gonna come get theirs no matter what.
I just know IRS is out there lurking. I don't make as much as these millionaires, but you'll still pull me to the side and throw me in jail.
But how could you make millions and still have to pay millions in taxes? Like, I think even if we become millionaires, it's like you still have to chunk out so much bread to them. And it's like,
I think that's
the
fair.
biggest problem I have with that system, bro, is that, so basically you're telling me I work my ass off, I use my mind to create shit to bring in income, but you get your percentage just off the rip. Because you say it goes to all these things that help the people, but as we see, it goes to where you want it to be allocated.
Yes.
Is there
it's
something
never in the hood,
that...
bro. It's never in the hood.
It's never in the hood, so it's like, is there a website or something that you could show the people where this money's really being sent to?
Hey, that'd be dope.
Because that's the question of the day. Where the fuck is the money really going to? That should be public information if you ask me. You taking billions or trillions of dollars from the American people on a yearly basis. Where is the website telling us where each of these dimes and dollars are going to each and every day? Because you could tell us anything. You tell me, oh, you owe us $7,000 this year. All right, cool. But where's that $7,000 going to? I would like to know.
If any of y'all have the answer, if y'all listening, tuning in, if y'all have the answer, please let us know. Cause I'm down to find out where my money is going to if I'm paying taxes.
I would love to know, man, because just think about. I heard because I was listening to that 2 Chainz album. He said something in one of his songs like. He was talking to Diddy, and Diddy was like, damn, I had to pay like a couple M's in taxes and throw a couple extra 100 bands in there just to,
so
keep them happy.
They don't bother me.
Like, you work for all that money and you have to just fork it over and not know where your dollars are being allocated?
True. But I'm glad that like regular people like us, if we paying back in the thousands. I'm glad that those who are making millions got to pay back in the millions. Because if you paying back less than what I am and you're a millionaire,
oh yeah, that's out.
I'm gonna have a bigger problem.
But speaking of that, your boy Jeff Bezos, who owns Amazon.
Oh yeah, Baldy.
$0 he had to pay to the feds. on the IRS, and he's a billionaire, right?
He had to do some underground something, bro. You got to know
But
people.
that's what I don't understand. I saw that headline today, $0. I'm confused.
Is this
now.
true though? Is this true?
These are facts.
Okay.
Is it because he's a business and can do certain shit with the business? That's why I feel like being knowledgeable about the tax codes and shit, especially if you own a business, of how those loopholes where you ain't got to pay no money. Because there's got to be them. I mean,
Bruh,
these guys are making so much
loophole,
money.
Bro, follow me on Instagram, JP Latta.
Please send a DM.
Send a DM and let me know how I can kind of swerve my way around these taxes. Cause
Yeah, tax season almost up too, y'all. So I think it's the 14th.
is it?
I think so. The 14th, you got to have that stuff in or at least file your extension if you need one.
It got to be because I haven't been seeing no Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat posts with y'all throwing up your $100 bills and showing off the new J's. So, yeah, it must be coming to an end because you already done spent it in like 2 weeks.
Shit came in and was gone tomorrow.
You over here flossing your money knowing damn well the next day's rent money, and that was your rent money, man.
Yeah, tax season, I think that's what's crippling the people too, man, tax season. You know, I know people get refunds and shit, but
they use it the wrong.
The money, where should the money really be allocated towards? I understand it's a chunk of money in one motion, but in reality, it's not really even a bonus check. It's your money, right?
Yeah, it is your money.
It's the money you've been already sending them, but they're just giving it back.
You know what I should do? What they should do, bro? Like, if they taxing you, and like you said, feeding off of what you said, like, give us something to know where we're actually sending this tax money to or what's actually paying for.
We need that information.
I feel like if we're going to do something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever vicinity you live in, say you live in Long Beach, but you live on the east side of Long Beach, but you only cover sections of the east side of Long Beach, you and your neighbors are paying for this road.
Kind of like how you have your council members in certain sections.
Yeah. Maybe they
Whatever
doing that.
section,
I'm not up to par with it. I'm just saying.
I don't know if they are doing that. Please, if you're listening, let us know if that's already a thing. But if it's not, how can we push the issue to make this a thing? Because
you could go to council meetings. Your city council
the city
meetings.
council
I've
meetings.
been to like
Facts.
3 of them. Have you been to them?
I think they're on Tuesdays in Long Beach, to
It's
be
dope,
honest.
bro. Because sometimes
On
they'll give
Ocean?
out shout outs to
Yeah.
I've been to a Long Beach one because they give out shout outs to like the little league team that did well, and
Okay.
then they give them awards, and the next thing they know, they going straight into like voting, like people voting, the people.
So
that
maybe
vote
that's
for.
who we need to go contact. Talk to the city first. See, maybe the state taxes you pay, you might be able to get information, but I don't know about the federal tax.
Why don't we do that one time, bro? Like, why don't we go and sit down at a council meeting and then we can elaborate on another podcast on like
Shit,
what we
let's
learned.
do it.
That's part
Let's
of the
go.
community
Look,
stuff, feel me?
that's gonna be our mission. Then let us go find the answer.
No, I mean, give me the answer. You feel me? Give me the answer, bro. But let me test if your answer is correct or not by going to these like council meetings.
I mean, I feel it though, bro. I'm
down
to go to a meeting to see what the hell is going on.
You feel me?
Because I know it's people in there bringing up issues that's going on, and I'm pretty sure they're voting on shit that we may agree with and not agree with. So that's another thing too. Since we not even us asking this question shows that we need to try to get more in tune with what's going on around us. How I was just talking about how we be so focused on the trending topic of the day, instead of the shit that's really affecting us around us. Like half of us probably don't even know what the fuck happened in your own city today, but you know what happened with the Kardashians.
For real. You know what kind of toilet paper they use. You know how many basketball players they've been with.
On everything, like, every move they make, but you don't know what the fuck happened on the corner from you today.
For real. Hey, that'd be something nice to do, bro. And I know in a couple weeks we got something else cracking, right?
Oh, yeah. We're going to be going to help out in Compton to help clean up the riverbed. Well, the trail right there, right there along the L.A. River, where they ride horses through there in Compton, and, people take hikes and shit. So we're going to be going out there to help out. I believe that's next week. We rocking, but I'm rocking with y'all. I know you rocking with us. Shit.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it too. Hey, can I tell you a riddle
Tell
that
me
I
something.
could not get, bro?
What?
I'm gonna tell you a riddle. Hey, Toos, this is gonna be a riddle for you too. Check this out.
Shout
And
out
for
to
all those
Toosbone Productions. Y'all don't see him, but he's the man behind the camera.
TUS and bone. If you don't know how to spell bone, grab yourself a dictionary, sound it out, or ask your third grader, because I swear they know how to spell bone. Check this out. You are lost in the city during the day. People who live on the east side always lie, and people on the west side always tell the truth. Now, during this day, they intermingle. You trying to find out where you're actually standing, on the east or the west side. Okay, so east side always lie, the west side always tell the truth. Now, what is one question you can ask a person that will tell you what side of the city you are on? Think about that. All right, so you're lost in the city. Okay.
So basically, you need to ask a question that will either that you know they must know, and if they lie about it, then you know where you at. But if you say you bring up a lie to somebody and they tell you the truth, then you know where you at. Am I right?
You don't know where you at.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
They could intermingle. You could ask a question and say, "Okay, you a liar. Okay, you telling the truth." But that's not going to prove where I'm at if I'm on the left, if I'm on the east or the west side.
So how you supposed to know where you at?
You got to figure out that question that you asking.
So, but see, now I'm confused because if I pose a question,
okay, what's the question?
Like right now, if I say, "Is the sky blue?" and the motherfucker tell me no, I'm gonna be like, "Why you lying?"
Okay, so you know he a liar. You know he from the east side.
Okay.
But how does that prove that what side are you on? You lost. You don't know if you're in the east or the west. Does that make sense now?
I guess somebody needs to ask you a question.
Nah, bro. Bro, listen to the damn thing. I'm saying
no,
you
I'm
gotta
serious,
ask the question, bro.
But I'm asking the question.
Yeah, you
I just asked. That's like me approaching you and I said, "Is the sky blue?"
Okay, so if
and we both look up right now, and I know it's blue.
And the sky not blue, and I say yes, it's blue, or say the sky is blue, and I say no, the sky's not blue. What you gonna say? Why you lying?
I'm gonna say you from the east side.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm from the east side, but how do you know you on the east side or the west side?
That person that's asking
you are lost. You are lost. The question you're trying to get and portray to somebody has to tell you where you are.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Ask him, am I a liar?
Oh, you know what you do? You be like, you ask him, so where am I?
Am I a liar?
Huh?
You ask that fool, where am I?
Okay, and then explain. So you ask that fool, where am I? And then what?
He gonna be like, you on the east side.
No, what if I'm on the north?
So you asking a couple people the same
that's
question.
like me. If I see
Okay,
you,
you
like,
asking. Okay, you asking.
hey, bro,
a couple
where
people the
we
same
at? Where we at, bro? And he like, oh, we on the east side. Then I guess we on the east side.
Then you asking somebody else.
And
What do you mean? I guess. What do you mean? I guess you asking him. So what's the question you gonna ask everybody? That one question you gonna ask everybody.
If I'm lost, I'm gonna be like, so basically, I'm so lost, I don't know where I'm at. So I'm gonna ask somebody, so where are we, bro?
Okay.
Am I bullshitting?
But you gotta explain. Like, explain how does that prove?
What am I
where you
explaining? I just said, dog, where are we at?
Okay,
I'm
so
asking
explain.
you. You know where we at because I'm lost. You seem to know what you doing. Where we at, bro?
Okay,
That's like me.
But then explain.
Getting knocked out, I wake up and I'm in a room somewhere.
Check
and I
this
ask
out.
this dude,
Check
where
this
we
out.
at, dog?
What I'm saying is, okay, that's a good question, but explain why that would be a question and what an East Sider would say and what a West Sider would say. East Side is always lying. West Side is always telling the truth. That's what I'm trying to get to.
You said the east side is lying and the east side is always telling the truth.
No, West Side is always telling the truth. So if your question is where we at, prove to me that that question solidifies that you are on the east or the west side.
So basically, you don't even know if they're telling you the truth or not.
Nah, because I
At the
think
end of
that's
the day, because
no,
I could ask
I
this
think-
guy where we at, he could tell me a lie, and you could go for it because you really don't know where you at. You lost.
Nah, you
Right?
No, because you got it, bro. Then give me a high five, bro. You got it, because it makes sense. You could ask an East Sider where we at. He's always gonna tell you a lie. If you tell a West Sider, he's always gonna tell you the truth. His lie and his truth is always gonna be the same thing. Think about it.
Because you don't know where the fuck you at.
Yeah, of course you don't know where you at, but if you ask an East Sider, hey, point to where you from, right? That's either east or west, or this is east. Say this is east. Say this is east, and that's west because you got to be in a place. So if you're east and that's west, you ask an East Sider where you from. He gonna point to the opposite. And if you ask a West Sider where you from, he gonna point to the same spot. Does that make sense? So that now you know that that is west, and this is east.
Because they're gonna give you the same answer.
Yes, you always go opposite of what they're going.
No, I hear what you're saying. They're both gonna end up having the same answer because one lie and one truth is still the right answer.
So when you say, what was your question? What was your
Because I
answer?
see what you're saying. If I go ask some random dude, where are we at? And this nigga is known for lying. I'll be like, where's the east side? And this nigga's point over there. He say, oh, it's over there. And you ask this nigga where he from, where we at? And this nigga says, oh, we on the west side. And he points to the same place the east side nigga pointed. That means that's the west side for sure on that side. Am I correct?
In your mind, does it make sense?
It makes sense. That won't make sense because
bro.
The liar's gonna tell you over there, and the truth nigga gonna still tell the same way. So you're like, oh, okay, this nigga was lying. He telling me the truth, but okay, that's where we at.
Right.
All right. Say no more.
Dang. All right. Hey, one more. How about one more?
We got time.
Check this out. If HORSE spells horse and HOUSE spells house, what's HOURS? You'll need to pick a dictionary here. HORSE is horse. Nigga, stop laughing.
No, because you got to be on some silly shit.
You got to give an answer. You got to stop thinking, bro. It's one of them 10-second clocks. HORSE is horse. HOUSE is house. HOURS is...
You said HORUS?
HOURS.
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 Let this... Dang, Toos, you done ruined it, nigga.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking me.
What was you gonna say, nigga? He was gonna say horse. Hours.
Hey.
Why did you... Hey, bro.
No, I'm laughing because I feel like...
Nah, bro.
I feel like I've heard it. No, nigga, because you're right, though, fool, because I'm sitting here like...
You was gonna say horse. What was you thinking? What was you gonna say?
For real,
some
be on the
bullshit
west
like
side.
that.
See? You should have let this nigga say it, bro. Everybody, spark that talk because this boy need to pick up a dictionary and listen to it, bro. I don't even know if he knows how to spell spark that talk.
SPARK THAT
He looking right at the shirt.
TALK. Nigga.
Hey, that was some good riddles, bro.
No, that's funny, bro.
One,
That was a good one, bro. But I feel like I've heard that one. That's why I was thinking too hard.
I heard that one. Come on, bro.
He said HOURS. You got niggas see. That's basically that's a mind twister, nigga. But it's ours. I knew it all along.
This man.
Hours is how many?
Hey.
Bro, that's like 5 days later. He gonna wake up. Hey, it's ours. Like, yeah.
Hey, y'all. But I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast, man. We just wanted to freestyle a little bit, and if you like that format more, let us know. We can do more episodes like this.
Yes, sir.
And also, once again, rest in peace, Nip. We're gonna be praying for you and your family. And like always, it's your boy Jones.
Your boy Dini, aka J Lotta.
We'll holler at y'all next time.
Yeah.